Welcome to the Wildcast podcast, coming to you from Wildcast Studios with your hosts Adam Lund and Jeremy Boucher.
Welcome into Wildcast Studios on Rogers. I'm so excited to do this episode. That's what it is. I'm excited for this episode. Welcome into Wildcast Studios on Rogers TV for another episode of the Wildcast Podcast Memorial Cup Edition, your unofficial voice for all things Moncton Wildcats, presented by Alpha's Appliance Solutions, the premier destination for all KitchenAid, Whirlpool, and Maytag appliances. Right now, they got the KitchenAid built-in savings event. Save $600 when you purchase any 3, $800 when you purchase any 4, $1,200 when you purchase 5 or more qualifying KitchenAid built-in major appliances from now until June 4th. For those and any other deals, go to appliancesolutions.ca. As always, fan listeners, I'm struggling through this. I am your host, Adam Lund, and I am joined by your favorite Mr.
Co-host is perfectly fine. I'll take that. You are really struggling, so I'll just take over from here and introduce myself. As everybody knows, I am Jeremy. And as you can see, I do not have a Stanley with me tonight.
No.
I do not have a Starbucks.
Where is it?
Because, Adam, this is a very special episode.
Oh, it is very special.
And I thought we would celebrate.
Okay.
And I thought we would celebrate responsibly.
Yeah.
Right?
I get that. I like
so, something we haven't done in a while is a hashtag not a sponsor.
that.
So I'm going to be enjoying the Pump House Zero Alcohol Blueberry Ale. Now available at your local MB Liquor stores, Pump House breweries, and wherever you buy your alcoholic beverages.
Nice.
Would you like one?
You know what? I would.
You want to try it?
Yeah.
There you go. I brought two just for this occasion. I brought two, and just because we haven't.
Before we crack them, why don't we do this?
No shot, rebound chance in front of Mateko. Had a block, cleared to the line, and now out. 10 seconds to go. Last rush for the Oceanic. 5 seconds. Moncton, 15 years in the making. They are the kings of the Q. And Gardner McDougall.
All right, and cheers, my friend, to non-alcoholic beer and being responsible. Tastes just like the regular stuff.
Yep.
Not bad. Again, hashtag not a sponsor. Drink responsibly with Pump House. Blueberry Ale, zero alcohol. That's how you cut a promo.
What a week. That is how you cut a promo. Thanks for having my back, because I struggled through that whole intro. Been doing this for what, 38 weeks? Oh, long ass day yesterday. Heading to Rimouski for game 6, but how are you? We'll get into the rest of it,
still can't get out. Still can't get over it.
Yeah.
It was a lot closer on Monday afternoon than than I think a lot of people wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the boys got the job done, and it was a really good feeling. It was a lot of a long time coming.
Yeah, especially like for you, 15 years.
Yep.
Me 8. This show 8. It was kind of everything that I thought it would be. And to be there was just, I said to you today, like it breaks my heart that you weren't there. It breaks my heart that you can't be there this week. I mean, this is what we've been working for. Obviously the baby takes way more precedence than the Memorial Cup, but.
Well, I got news for you.
Oh, good.
Found a babysitter.
Yeah.
Our good buddy Brent DeBourne has said he's going to look after the baby. Yeah. Figure that out at the airport on Monday. Brent's going to look after the baby, and that's confirmed. So I love you, Brent, but I'll try to make an appearance in Rimouski. I will try. I didn't go through with the media pass or anything like that. So if I do decide to make a trip, I might have to pull some strings and see if I can get into the door somehow. But I really do want to get up there for at least a game, specifically one specific game.
One specific game.
We'll see if it gets there. I think you can all take
Figure
a
out
guess
which one,
which one it is. It'll be, definitely will be something I will be trying to do.
And speaking of said baby, how are we? We had your baby shower / diaper party on Sunday afternoon. Quite a good event. Lots of good gifts. Lots of good people that showed up.
Mhm.
How are you guys doing? You ready? Which I will say, your baby room is coming together nicely.
Thank you. So yeah,
we had to change Miss Keeve on it. I did like the cushy pad you have for changing her. She liked it
That's
too.
where I like to sit my ass.
But baby room's coming together nicely. I mean, we're close. How's Megan doing?
It's coming along. Yeah, I think we're close. I really do think we're close. There's some subtle hints that it could be any day now. So it's just wait and see. I don't have my bag packed yet, but for me, I'll just throw some stuff in, and Megan's got her coming home outfit, and that's it. But other than that, I'm just more or less just waiting. All the clothes I need to throw in a bag are already folded nicely on the laundry table downstairs. I got my bag right next to the table, so we're ready to go. I just got to throw it in the bag and we're out the door.
We got your car seat installed.
Yeah, this guy installed my car seat really nice and quickly.
And then Avery is not a fan.
No. She doesn't like the side that the car seat's on, so we might have to do a little maneuvering because Avery's spot has always been behind the passenger seat for 10 years, and that's where we put the car seat. So she thinks that the baby's taken over already. So we might have to do some moving and shaking in the back seat. But
Isn't that how you get into this?
That's how things happen. And if you want to install a car seat, do some moving and shaking in the back seat.
Yeah, and make sure you got the brackets on the car seat. That makes it a lot easier. I hope your son enjoys the car rides more than my daughter does, because oh good Lord. And apparently, according to Layla, this is a common thing that kids hate car seats. I don't know. But she loves her car seat when it's in the stroller. She loves her car seat when we're carrying her. She loves her car seat when we stop the car and I put her out and put her on the ground to get the stroller. She hates to be in the car. Like 6 hours to Rimouski.
Oh.
She cried for probably like 3 of them. Like she just hates it. Even today, we're recording this on Tuesday, obviously, because Game 6 was Monday. But we went out just to Ivan's camera to get some pictures. Came back, stopped to get our 50-50s for this week and next week because it's up to 209,000. So make sure you got your tickets, Jeremy.
Got it this morning, actually. Yes. Nice. I also commented on their Facebook saying I will dance for dollars.
And so I took her out to go into the store to get it. She calmed right down. The minute the car seat went in, her tune changed. She started crying. Like the minute it clicked in, and I don't know what to do. And as a dad, it is a very tough spot to be in when you have no way to help her. So I just hit her. I'm just kidding. I don't. Disclaimer, I don't.
Wow.
No, it's just it's so tough. Like it's so tough. And
yeah, I get it.
Every other time she's happy, she's joyful, she's sleeping through the night basically now. One wake up, like it's just the to another 6-hour trip to Rimouski. But we're gonna break it up and hopefully she's a little bit better. So as always, don't forget you can follow us on the social medias: Twitter, Moncton Wildcast, Instagram, Wildcast Podcast, TikTok, Wildcast Podcast, and as well, you're gonna want to stay on YouTube. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button. It lets us know you like what we're doing, but click that bell so you don't miss any podcast daily shows, any post games from the games from the Memorial Cup, any information that we have up there, we are going to put on our YouTube. So do not miss that. Like and subscribe to that bad boy. You ready for a quick question there, sir?
It's another blind ranking.
It's another blind ranking.
Yes.
And we're going back to the year But the Moncton Wildcats were in the Memorial Cup 2010.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, as you consume non-alcoholic, you were consuming alcoholic beverages back then.
Can't confirm.
What was 2010 Jeremy Boucher doing?
Well, I was 2010. I was 25.
Yep. Just a young buck.
Yeah.
With the quick fuse. I don't know about the quick fuse part, but
I was in a relationship. So but kind of also enjoying the nightlife scene in Moncton. So I was kind of out at the bars a little bit. I know there are definitely some songs on this list that I will know from being at the Cosmo, the old Cosmo, the new old Cosmo, and the O2, and the Rock and Rodeo, of course. So I'm ready for this one. I'm not sure if it's as good of a year for music as 2005, but
not really. Like when I was looking through, I was like, this isn't as good as what 2005
no,
was.
2005 is by far the best year for music across all genres, but I'm ready for this one.
And fun fact, because of your blind ranking, we listened to an 05 playlist on Spotify and just let it go.
Yeah.
It was just so many good tunes. All right, let's kick this bad boy off. And I've got a list of like 100, so I'm just rolling through them. I didn't bring this down. We'll go with we'll go with TikTok by Kesha.
Oh,
We'll start that one.
Yeah, that was. I still listen to that song. Avery loves that song. Like it's played that much in the household.
Did they change the lyrics?
I don't think so.
Waking up feeling like P. Diddy.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, you might want to change that
lyric. Definitely upper side of things, but I will go 4.
4, all right.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna go "Rude Boy" by Rihanna.
Come on, rude boy, can you get it? Yeah, that's probably another song that is very much played at my household.
Yeah.
Not as good as TikTok. I'm a big TikTok by Kesha fan, so I'll go 5 for that one.
So far, this is all females. "You Belong with Me" by Taylor Swift.
I was waiting for this one. 1.
Yeah.
I knew that was 2010.
The other one that I thought you might go 1 as I see it on here, "Party in the USA."
Yeah, so it's obviously a song that I enjoy playing on repeat when the final Canadian team is eliminated from the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's just a tradition, and
hopefully it's not this year.
Well, we'll see. You got to get past the big D.
I do got. Yeah, we do.
It's where we at. I gotta have it in the top.
5.
I've got to have it in the top 5, but I don't want to make my bottom 5 bad, so I'll put this one at 3.
3, yeah. All right.
Very pro female in 2010.
Yeah, there was a lot of good tunes on there. Well, his heart was broken on Sunday night. Mr. Justin Bieber, "A Baby" with Ludacris.
Yeah, so this one is obviously a very popular song. I think everybody knew the lyrics to this song. Was I a believer? I was. Am I still a believer? I mean, I can safely put this on the back half. I'll go 7. It's not his best song.
Right.
Justin Bieber's best music was on his Christmas album. Mistletoe.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know he had a Christmas album?
No?
Oh man, Mistletoe by Justin Bieber is the best Christmas song ever.
Really?
Yep.
Better than Mariah Carey?
Well, okay. Whoa. It's not Mariah Carey level there,
Yeah.
but it's definitely probably like I have to listen to it.
Mhm.
Like, it's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights fill the streets, spreading so much cheer. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. I don't want to miss out on the holiday, but I can't stop staring at your face. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe
Yes.
with you. Shawty with you.
That's a good one. What did you go with that one?
7.
7.
Sorry about my singing, folks. We're not in
Everyone
Christmas
loves your
season
singing.
yet.
I was trying to find some Nickelback, but they had an album in 2011, not 2010. He was just here. Nelly, Just a Dream.
Yeah, you had a good song. You had a good pick with that one, eh?
Yeah.
It's not a top Nelly song. It was so again, I gotta go back half. It is such a good song. It's sentimental, but it's not like that was the slow dance song at the bar, right? I want energy. I want to get I want to have non-alcoholic blueberry, or only 81 calories. 8.
8. All right. Miss Lady Gaga, Bad Romance.
Oh, Bad Romance. Yeah. This was a good one. This was a very, very good one. So,
You have 2, 6, 9, and 10 left.
So it's not a 2, but I'm just trying to think what else could possibly be on this list. There's one song I'm waiting for. So I will have to go.
I know my next one, so I wonder if it's going to be the one you're waiting for.
6.
6?
Yeah.
All right. So the next one. Oh my God, by Usher.
No, like
No,
it's,
not that
no,
one. No.
not that one.
All
No,
right,
it
okay.
was like it's probably a 9 for me. It just
Okay.
that song didn't resonate with me very much.
We're gonna stay in the top 10 here of Billboard's top 100.
Okay.
Dynamite by Tayo Cruz.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
Saying, "Ayo, this sandwich it needs mayo."
Yeah.
Classic. Such a good song.
You got 2 or 10.
Not the song I was hoping for.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think what else is out there, and I really don't want to blow this. Oh, it's tough. I love that. I love this song, but I also want to look at it. It was a one-hit wonder.
Mhm.
I couldn't name you another Tayo Cruz song, so I'm gonna have to go 10.
All right.
And I'm probably gonna kick myself because I hope the song I've been waiting for is the number 2.
Now I'm feeling a lot of pressure to pick the one that you're thinking.
If I know which one it is, and it was a party song which led a lot into the playoffs in 2010.
Oh boy.
Maybe not.
I
Maybe
have
not.
no idea, but I'm gonna go with your number 2 song, California Girls by Katy Perry.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take
okay.
it.
That's yeah.
I'll take it. I was looking for "I Got a Feeling" by the Black Eyed Peas.
Was that I was there, and I was like that seems too easy. That was ranked 29th on the top 100.
So that's
Billboard.
a joke. Like
Yeah.
that. I mean, for me, like
top
it's,
100 singles of 2010.
when you go to the bar and that's the song you want to hear.
Yeah.
If you're drinking and you're having a good time with your friends, that's the song you want to hear. That was a song you wanted to hear, during the playoff run. For that to be number 29 on Billboard's 100, it's not right.
Yep. So the top 5 were TikTok, Need You Now by Lady Antebellum. I wasn't going to put that one on there because you talked about a slow song. Hey Soul Sister. I hate Train, so I wasn't putting that on there. California Girls was 4, and then Oh My God was number 5. Airplanes was 6 by B.O.B. Love the Way You Lie. Eminem was 7.
That's a good one.
Bad Romance 8. Dynamite 9, and Break Your Heart was the other Tayo Cruz. You're gonna break your heart.
He did sing that one.
That was 10.
Okay.
With Ludacris.
He had a good
2010 was a big year for Ludacris.
Yeah. Tayo Cruz had a big 2010.
Yeah.
Where's he been ever since?
Yeah, him and Ludacris. which reminds me of the Bieber, the roast of Bieber. I can't remember who it was. It was Pete Davidson was when he was roasting, and he was roasting all the comedians. He's like, good to see that Ludacris is here. For some of you, you might know Ludacris as your mom's That's What Music Was CD. So You Belong With Me, number 1, California Girls 2, Party in the USA 3, TikTok 4, Rude Boy 5, Bad Romance 6, Baby 7, Just a Dream 8, Oh My God 9, and Dynamite 10.
I'm happy with that list.
Yeah,
I'm good with that. It's missing I Got a Feeling, but
yeah,
we'll put that as an honorable mention.
That's probably your best list you've had.
Yeah.
Or at least the best list you've been happy with.
Strategically, I kind of knew where I was going to go with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm happy with that one.
Good, because I had no idea. I was just going up and down. I was like, I don't see any Nickelback. I got to make sure Nickelback had it, because I knew they had an album around then, because I think Rockstar was around then, but it was the 2011.
Oh
album.
yes.
So I was like, I can't cheat the system. All right, let's get to some news and notes from around the queue.
News and notes from around the queue.
All right, news and notes from around the queue presented by Integrity Lawn Care. Check them out on Instagram or give them a call, 506-866-8218, or email them at integritylawncare@hotmail.com, which it's pretty much time to do some lawn care.
Your lawn.
So we know the names, or we know the teams that are going to the Memorial Cup with the Moncton Wildcats and the Rimouski Oceanic. The London Knights defeated Oshawa 4-1, which I think I picked. You went 7, I believe.
Yeah, I was being super dramatic.
You had all of them going 7, I think.
I did. I love a good game 7.
Yeah, as long as it's not your team.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you had London in 7. I had London in 5. And then the Medicine Hat Tigers are making the trip. You had Medicine Hat in 7, and I had Medicine Hat in 6.
Very glad that we both got that one right.
Yep. It took a while for both of us to get it right, but there's some star-studded players that are going to be at this Memorial Cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Gavin McKenna, Easton Cowan, Caden Lindstrom, which helps that team so much. Caleb Demier was named the MVP of the Q playoffs. Not a surprise.
No. He got off to a very, very fast start to the playoffs. Tore up the first 3 rounds. I mean, look, we're not going to go and say bad things about him because he went goalless in the finals. But look, he's got the job done in the games that he needed to score. Right, like he was a game breaker in the first 3 series, and obviously Rimouski had their eye on him. Not just him, but that. Look, let's be real. They're that entire top 6.
Yeah,
they really were shadowing them, hitting them hard, forechecking them hard. But the depth scoring got the job done.
Yep, that's pretty much all I got for news. There's not a lot when there's only 2 teams and they're getting down to the nitty gritty.
2 teams, ref.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, the reffing wasn't all that bad.
I didn't have a problem with it. I thought they were. Shout out to the ref for not calling the penalty that led to the Wildcats' first goal on Monday.
Yeah,
that was nice. And there was another game where they should have got a penalty. It was one of the home games. Almost had, someone came out from the corner, tripped a Rimouski player going up the ice.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think it was one of the Clark goals. Game
3.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we go back and talk about some of these games? That feels like a good thing to do, eh?
I can remember them.
Yeah. We're not going to go through each individual one.
Weekly Rewind.
All right. So as you saw, we're going to show it again because, well, let's be honest. We love it.
Rebound chance in front of Matejko. Had a block. Cleared to the line and now out. 10 seconds to go. Last rush for the Oceanic. 5 seconds. Moncton, 15 years in the making. They are the kings of the Q.
And
And Gardner McDougall adds another championship to his storied coaching career. The Wildcats get it done on the road, and not for lack of effort from the home team in Rimouski. He's a big part of this Moncton Wildcats group.
I think we're jumping right into the team picture here. Not everybody got a hoist, but the photo that will stand the test of time. As the Moncton Wildcats will come right back here to Rimouski as the Qmjhl Champions. A big thanks to you, Peter, for a great season. Bring on the Memorial Cup.
Thanks for a great season, Peter. You covered the CHL for 1 month.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Inject that into my veins. I could watch that over and over and over again. I mean, again, we're not going to go through each individual game. You just look back on the series. They went up in game 1, game 3, didn't play their best. Just kind of outlasted Rimouski. They got down 2-0. Were able to come back, won that 6-4. And then game 4, Rimouski was not losing that game.
Nope.
I don't like. Yeah, they scored as many goals as we had penalties in the first period, and we kind of came unraveled a little bit discipline-wise. But, I mean, Rimouski was not going to lay down and lose that game on home ice and get swept on home ice. And then coming home, that's the one everyone wanted. And I think when I looked at it and when we talked to Marty on the pregame show before that game, I mean, I said it's the toughest championship to win is game 4 in any championship. I thought they were nervous in that one. They learned. Hopefully they took it to the next level. I didn't think they played bad in game 5. They learned. But it was the first time they lost 2 in a row. I'm glad it happened then as opposed to in 10 days or in 10 days, not even. Starting this Friday. But I think those 2 games, a lot of pressure to sweep with all your family there in Rimouski. A ton of pressure with 8,500 people in the building to win it at home. And then they went into Rimouski on Monday night Monday afternoon and played a perfect road game and held on.
Don't think I can sum it up any better than that. Game 3, Clark had 4 goals?
4 goals.
After
being Wildcat of the week, he responded with 4 goals.
Really stepped it up.
Yeah,
I think before the Rimouski players went to bed that night, the Rimouski players before they went to bed that night, they checked under their bed for Vincent Collard. That was boogeyman performance, and look, it was nobody was expecting a sweep in this series, so for them to go in the next night and lose, it was not a big surprise.
Well, you said it.
Yeah,
they're not going to sweep.
They're not going to sweep. It's not happening, and same mindset as you. We went to the rink on Saturday night expecting a party, and it was.
Did it feel like a game 7 to you?
Not really.
I knew they had more chances, but to me, have so much nervous energy in the building. It felt like a game 7 to me a little bit.
I think they were gripping their sticks a little too much, overpassing. They just weren't. I think early in that game when Desnoyers had that open net, but the Rimouski did the back check at the last second. I think your best case scenario there is Pekarczyk shoots it, and Desnoyers is right there for the rebound.
Yeah.
Instead of passing it. But we're not going to look back and criticize those decisions now. We've got the one we were looking for, and there's another one coming. And it was I can tell you it was a 3-0 lead going into the third period. It didn't feel as comfortable as that game 1 lead of 3-0. So I had a feeling there was going to be some nervous tension in that third period, and there was for a lot of people. I'm just glad they got it done.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the advantage of a 2:00 game on a holiday Monday, is that, you can go and celebrate and meet the team at the airport like I did. And like that was, like probably a couple hundred people there. Really cool.
In a really rainy, coldy, crappy
it
night.
Felt like winter.
That was probably the worst part about the two games that Moncton had, is it was just rain all the time. Like, it was. How was the airport? Like, was it like did we have that in 2006 and 2010?
I couldn't tell you. I wasn't someone to go to the airport.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, they won the championships at home too.
Yeah. But I know when they left for the Memorial Cup in 2010, there was a bit of a send off. I didn't go, but this was like, I didn't expect kind of a couple hundred people at the airport.
No.
When they did that little Facebook group that says what time they're leaving and stuff like that, they'll show 20 people at the airport. I got there and I was like, there was no place to park.
Yeah.
Not a single spot to park. And it was cold. I was freezing my butt off. And then this guy messages Kim DeBorn and says, "Can you let Jeremy in?" So well, here we go. Then we're inside the terminal, and that was fun. Just being able to catch them on the getting off the plane, and it was a really cool experience.
I laughed. I was like, imagine everybody went to the old airport and they just drove that big plane into the main airport. They just wanted to skirt in and get to their party, so they just drove into the big plane. But again, I mean, they always said WFA. Mm-hmm. I had their picture off your video, TFA, like they fly alone, and they were on the big plane because the Game 7 was the next night at 7 p.m. and so the league had to be prepared, and that's the thing. Maybe they should get that big plane a lot so that the team's pissed off, because they don't want to fly with other teams.
Yeah, there is a much nicer plane for them when they go up to Rimouski on Wednesday.
Yeah,
like it's not a propeller plane. It's a nice looking jet, and they'll get their little meal on the airplane and their beverages and everything. So they'll be, I think it's like that for every team, where they all get like super nice jets.
The CHL jets.
Yeah. So it's
that's fancy.
Good for them.
Yeah.
It's a little short flight, maybe only 45-minute flight, but no, when you're at the airport and you see everybody's tracking their flight, and by the time they took off from Rimouski, there was probably already 150 people there.
Yeah, it was fast.
Like there was a lot of people there, like quick. They were said, be there for 8 o'clock. Well, they were there at 8 o'clock. And even I went there, I was there probably at 7:45, and there wasn't a place to park. I got lucky that there was like a NavCan employee that was leaving work, and I snuck into a spot. But I was impressed with just the amount of people that showed up.
Yeah, and winning at home would have been cool. But like I said to Marty on our YouTube when I interviewed him, it was meant to be that they were going to wear white. 2006 was white jerseys. 2010 was white jerseys. So aesthetically, on the big picture underneath the on the way to the dressing room, they'll have a nice white photo with their jerseys. They're not in the black, which a lot of people outside of Moncton hate. You're going to get to see them. And I really hope things go our way in those black jerseys so I can tell people to shove it. Just looking at some of the stats from the finals. I mean, Pekarchek, 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points. Moran, 1 goal, 6 assists, 7 points. Collard, 6 goals, no assists. Desnoyers, no goals, 6 assists. Like, Collard, Gabe Smith, and Preston Lounsbury were the best line in this series.
Yep.
Like,
easily. It was not even close. That's what I said earlier. Like, Rimouski did a great job of keeping, our top 6 in check. But at the end of the day, we also did a pretty good job of yes, their top 6 got a little more scoring.
Mm-hmm.
but they also did their only scoring in their 2 wins.
Yeah.
Right. Like it was in the games that Moncton scored first and controlled, we were able to keep them off the scoreboard. And yeah, just the Vince Collard, Preston Lounsburg, Gabe Smith line was a huge reason as to why this series is over. And we're not at the Avenir Center right now.
Yeah, I was not ready for that. Yeah, they through the first 3 games, Moncton had 14 goals for. Rimouski had 8, and in games 4 and 5, Rimouski outscored them 8-2. Like I don't know what happened. I mean, I know what happened. They put in Langevin and then they just got in front of them. And whether shots got blocked by a Rimouski player, they got blocked by a Moncton player standing in front of the net, or they got through and then they ended up being able to clear, like boxing out. Like they did a very good job of shutting down. And I think that's what happened on the Karchek-Desnoyers goal in game 5 that he just missed, is they knew that they were getting shots. They weren't getting shots through, so they had to make that extra pass. Yeah. And that's what happened. But they had to find offense going into game 6, and they found it. I mean, with just simple plays. And like you said just before with the officiating, like, yeah, we got away with one because that COURTEAU one was probably a penalty that led to the goal.
Mm-hmm. You don't get a 3-on-1.
No.
Without that infraction happening. And that's how they end up scoring. I mean, not going to say anything bad about Etienne Morin, but I'm glad Etienne was smashing his stick on the ice, waiting for that pass.
Oh, it's okay. I was yelling at him to pass it to Etienne Morin. No, I was like, give it to Morin.
Oh, really?
The trailer, yeah.
Well,
oh, yeah, because then he's got 2 options, right? So I was like, give it to him, give it to him, give it to him. It worked out.
Yeah.
It worked out. And then, of course, I mean, Rimouski fans were not all that pleased with the I can't remember who it was, but somebody cross-checked COURTEAU onto Langevin. It's like,
oh, yeah.
Guys, like he literally, and this was after the non-call, but it's like, are you conveniently forgetting the cross-check of your player into our player onto your goalie? Like that's why it's not called. It's I wasn't upset with the officiating. It was for that whole, like, sometimes you get the Quebec officiating, sometimes you get the Maritime. I don't think in the 8 years we've been doing this, I've ever seen a Mills Maya game with 0 penalties for both teams.
Yeah.
And it gets to a point where they don't want to call a penalty. Like, I think 6 minutes left in the third, there was close to an infraction. You're like, they're not calling that. Like, they don't want to be affecting this game that's 2-1 when they haven't called. They've set a standard where they're letting things go. Mm-hmm. I don't remember a game in a final. That's probably the only game in the finals history that had no penalties for either team.
I mean, that's what you want.
Yeah,
you want the players to decide the game. You don't want the referees to decide the game. And yeah, it's not often that you see a Mills game without any penalties. So good on him for looking after his side of the business there, and yeah, letting the players decide. I thought it was regardless of the loss in game 5, it was a really good atmosphere. Really enjoyed myself Saturday night.
Pacing and
all. Really wanted to put on that yellow bracelet, but didn't get to. But
yeah, didn't put that on in game 4 either. They're like, yeah, we're gonna bring you bracelets. I'm like, please don't. And then obviously it was 5-1, so they didn't actually bring bracelets. And then bracelets is, if you had a yellow bracelet, you immediately go on the ice, do the interviews after, stuff like that. But yeah, it's like they give them to you. And then game 5, I went to get something to eat before the game. I come up and it was on my laptop, and I'm like, nope. Put it right in my backpack, and I was like, I didn't even put it on until I actually got down to the ice surface with like 4 minutes left. And I was like, it's 3-2. Now it's probably time to put this thing on. As I'm looking at the clock, I'm like, ugh. The worst part was that too, I was going to send you the Champions graphic that I had made. Shout out to Briar. Appreciate your help with that. Because I was driving to Rimouski. I was like, any chance you could make this for me or help? I started it. Can you help me with this? And he's like, yeah, no problem. I was going to send it to you. I texted you. I got something to you to tweet out. And as soon as I texted that, they scored to make it 3-1. And I shut my laptop. I was like, nope, I'm not going to work on anything to get ready.
You damn did.
Yeah.
I was
like, nope. And then they scored again. I was like, No, please don't. No.
You did. I
Yeah.
remember that. Yep. Yeah. As soon as you sent that message, they scored.
Yeah. I was just like, shut my laptop. And then they scored again. I was like, oh God, this is not good. And that's why I didn't want to put the bracelet on with like 4 minutes left, up 3-2. I was like, gotta get ready, I guess. But that place was packed.
Oh yeah.
Like it was 3,700 on what day was it? Thursday, for game 4. And luckily Layla and I had seats up in the media, like our own, like the seat we had was a bench probably about as wide as this table is. And she sat once. So she just kept Kiva sleeping, but you could get up and down the stairs. Monday, they were up the stairs standing behind the media.
Oh wow.
Like the media booth comes up the stairs, and then there's like a platform with desks above it and 2 desks below it on either side. And then there's like 3 rows of fans that could sit that high. They were up the stairs. They were standing behind. There's a few people standing behind us, behind the queue. Like when I went with my food at the start of the game, I walked by Cormier and Mullen and one other scratch. I think Diamond. And I looked at Cormier. I was like, holy, it is packed in here. And they're like, yeah, like they had to go stand up in the high section because they couldn't get anywhere else.
Wow.
Like, I don't know how that Memorial Cup's going to go. Like, with the standing room only. Like if it's them in the final, you were not going to be able to move in that building.
Jeez.
So here we go. A sentence I never thought I'd get to say on this show. Let's get ready for the Memorial Cup that starts in 2 days, 48 hours. The Memorial Cup starts. It starts in Rimouski with Rimouski against Medicine Hat. And then, as you see on the screen, Moncton versus London on Saturday. This is going to be a hell of a Memorial Cup. Like, there's sometimes when you look at a team that gets there and they're scrappy and they got there with a couple guys, and you're like, oh, they're going to have a tough time.
Mm-hmm.
Every team in this Memorial Cup has stars, has star power. The storylines, Dale Hunter versus Willie Desjardins and Medicine Hat, Gardner McDougall, McKenna, Desnoyers, Cowan, Austin Elliott. Like, this is going to be probably the most competitive Memorial Cup we've seen in a few years.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to watch some. I'm excited to still care about hockey.
Yeah.
At the end of May.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to sweat a little bit, but I'll
Just so you know, we're not going to make predictions on this show.
No, please don't.
Nope. We're not going to make predictions on this show at all. That's
if
why
it's
going to be very competitive. Like, yeah, we're not going to go and guess things. How do you grade their, like, you've watched playoffs? How do you grade us going into this thing? When you look at what Medicine Hat did, I mean, I think they were 16-2. London 16-2. We were 16-3. Like, how do you grade our chances in this against those two teams, which are our first 2 opponents?
I really don't know. It's going to be so tough. It is going to be such a tight tournament. You just hope that there's minimal turnovers from our standpoint. Stay disciplined. If you get a lead, don't blow it. If you have a 3-0 lead, which I doubt will happen in the Memorial Cup, don't sit back. Just keep at it. Don't make people worry and stress out. In all honesty, I really don't know what to expect. It is a fully loaded Memorial Cup, and it's going to. All I can say is it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think goaltending, like they always say, goaltending and defense wins you championships, and I think that's going to be like on display here. In this finals or through the playoffs, Moncton, when out shooting opponents, 12-2. When getting outshot, they're 4-1. So the goaltenders have been very good with Russo and Guimont. Conversely, like Rimouski is 2-7 when getting outshot. Like, you look at OHL Austin Elliott, who, because it's London, they just find him on waivers. a 906 save percentage, 246 goals against average. Harrison Minigan, an 896 save percentage, but a 2.6. When these teams get leads, they don't give them up.
Mm-hmm.
And London has shown like when they have a lead, they don't just sit back. They go and get more and try and get more and put pressure on you. And I think that's the biggest thing is the teams that come away with leads after 40 minutes. I don't think we're going to see many blown leads in this whole tournament. Like these teams are going to be so disciplined. And Rimouski's got a massive advantage. Like it is loud in that building.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll be interested to see what the fan bases are when it's London against Medicine Hat on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday, or even us against London. Like they booed us when we had our championship. Like, are they going to support a Q team against London, against the hated London Knights, or against Medicine Hat? I don't think fans can travel from those cities.
Mm-hmm. Well, they probably could.
They could. I don't know if they get tickets.
Oh, I think you've got to reserve a certain amount for the other teams. So
I would hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some London fans. There'll be some Medicine Hat fans. That's the best thing about the Memorial Cup. There's the junior hockey junkies that have been to every Memorial Cup since God knows when, and they'll be there. And that's the best part about the Memorial Cup is just the traditions that go on, and it's just just a really fantastic tournament, and I'm glad we're part of it.
Yeah, and it's I should have found this, but the top 4 teams from those CHL rankings that everyone makes fun of, that's 4 teams that are representing this tournament.
Jeez.
So she all gets started on TSN in 48 hours. Medicine Hat against Rimouski. Go Tigers!
The Bayside Tigers.
The Bayside Tigers. I'm just excited to see Gavin McKenna. Like he may not be in the CHL next year. He might be with Kelowna.
I'm excited to see TSN broadcasters actually in the rink.
Yeah. That is an embarrassment.
They can go to London.
So
they can go to Medicine Hat.
Yeah.
But they can't come to Moncton.
They're in Moncton.
They were in the truck.
Like
can't get them inside the rink.
You watch the WHL final, you watch the OHL final, they're in the building, they're following the series, they're talking to a player after each period, like each team one period, both series. I watched the Q game. They showed a highlight reel pack from Etienne Morin in the prospect game 2 years ago in BC. The Beauchamp thing was, I think, this year at least. Like, if there was a league that should have guys inside the building, and I know the RDS guys were inside the building, and I get that, and they're using the same feed, but you got to put both. Like it looks Bush League, especially considering the fact that it's the host.
Yep.
Like,
yep. Couldn't agree more.
And Vic Finley's going to be doing. I'm pretty sure he's the guy that he's the sports or the TSN main guy for the month of junior hockey that they do. That's why he gets the OHL, and he'll probably get the Memorial Cup. I think he had it last year, but my God, it was just. And Craig Button every time. Apparently, he's not a fan of. He's a fan of Gardner, but he wasn't a fan of a lot of what the Moncton Wildcats were doing.
Look. Game 3, he called Rimouski stupid.
Yeah, the dumb penalties.
Yeah. It's stupid. Rimouski, you're stupid.
Yeah. Just take another stupid penalty. Game 4, he was pretty much.
He was fair.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. But again, like, they're going to bring their. I don't even know where they're going to put them. That the TSN booth that they usually have that's at the Memorial Cup, like, just. After being there, I don't understand. I do understand why, but I don't understand looking at it why it was Rimouski over Shawinigan if it had to be in Quebec. Because I think Shawinigan's rink is bigger as well.
Yeah, I can't comment. I've never been to Rimouski, so I can't comment. But
yeah, but they've hosted one before.
Shawinigan was nice. Was a good venue.
Yeah. You got a funny story about the Memorial Cup, or is that coming later? Or told me to remind you.
Oh, it was about Brent babysitting.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, also, my wife thinks Taylor McDougall's hot. Not going to complain.
No. Are you ready for everyone's favorite part of the show?
She's got good taste.
Yeah.
Fired up.
Murray Realtor, buy our house from him. Stick tap of the week.
I would like to provide this stick tap to Mrs. DeBourne, who allowed me to enter the airport on Monday and not only stay warm, but catch the content that I was able to get.
Mhm.
am a airplane. I like airplanes. I like planes. I've never been that close to an airplane without being on the steps walking up to the airplane.
Oh, really?
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But no, and honestly, just being able to record from that vantage point, being on the other side of the fence, that's nothing against those who stood in the cold, the 200 people that stood in the cold waiting. It was cool. Like it felt like I know we've been doing what we've been doing for years, and this kind of was like, it felt like the culmination of all the work we've done, in the past 7 or 8 years, to be on that side of the media.
Yeah.
It was
Be on the inside.
Yeah, to just be able to catch that kind of content, to have them all stepping off the plane. For some reason, Cooper Cormier carrying the playoff MVP trophy. I mean,
That was so good.
Congratulations.
That's the
That
team.
was-
That's the team they have.
Yeah.
Like for Caleb to be like, you carry this. Yeah, that was so
I
good.
enjoyed that. And just there, and then for the players to go inside the terminal and to give Brent the trophy, which I thought was an amazing and a really nice touch. And yeah, honestly, it was just super cool. I mean, you got the rink content, I got the airport content, and I just had a lot of fun.
I have an honorable stick tap.
Was it to your wife?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have 2 honorable stick taps now. The honorable stick tap goes to obviously Layla. I mean, she's been behind this show from day one. She named this show. She told me to start this show. She's been along the journey with unanswered emails and unanswered anything from anybody, and part of this whole thing. And for her on Thursday, when she woke up and I said, Rimouski won game 3, we got to go. I got to go, I said. And she's like, I think we're going to come with you. To then allowing me for game 6 to go up with Andrew, Amanda, his daughter that I can't think of her name, Michelle and Mike, to take me up to go to game 6 to cover it. So stick tap to her. I do appreciate it. And to Miss Kiva, who made it through her first game. Thank you for all your support. And to Megan for doing it too.
Yeah.
She's pretty wonderful
She's good.
She's good.
She's decent. She's pulling through. It's funny how our lives sometimes, and I know this is a Mavs Gilles quote, our lives are determined by the schedules of teenage boys playing hockey.
Yeah.
Couldn't be more true.
Yeah. And the fact that Megan allows you to come over here for 30, as long as she's been pregnant, 38 weeks.
Yeah.
Every week. This is the culmination. This is the end game. We're not done, but this is what we've been working for. The other stick tap goes to Rebecca Wells.
I was just going to do that.
Yep. You just saw that, did you?
Yeah, I was going to
Our
professionally transition into that.
Yeah. Our stick tap of the week sponsor, Eric Murray and his girlfriend, Rebecca Wells, welcomed their daughter, Little Miss Ellie James Elaine Murray. 5 pounds, 15 ounces at 8 p.m. yesterday.
Nice.
So he got
his cup.
He got his cup. 7:56. Yeah, she held off until the game was over. So a stick tap to her. Congratulations to our sponsor of the stick tap, Eric Murray, and his beautiful wife and their little girl, Ellie James.
The Stick Tap of the Week, sponsored by Eric Murray Real Estate with the Remax Avante team. If you're looking to buy or sell a home in the greater Moncton or surrounding area, make sure to check him out on social media or give him a call at 506-863-8802.
And that brings us to the Wildcat of the Week, presented by Rosemary, Lynns Massage and Spa. They're back up running. They are at 153 McLeese Drive. I believe the phone number is still the same, but I'm reading this off of Facebook as we speak, so I'm not 100% sure. The massage therapy services are resuming as of yesterday, and you can now get those spa services booked online. Those are running back. Once the spa services get going, they will give you a information on the Facebook. But when they do come back, they've got the loyalty cards. You can enjoy 9 spa services. You get 1 free. Well, this one's pretty easy. It's pretty tough to pick out one. So, you know what?
Just give it to them all.
Just give it to them all.
He's a big part of this Moncton Wildcats group.
I think we're jumping right into the team picture here. Not everybody got a hoist, but the photo that will stand the test of time. As the Moncton Wildcats will come right back here to Rimouski as the Qmjhl Champions. A big thanks to you, Peter, for a great season. Bring on the Memorial Cup.
That's right. The team is your Wildcat of the Week for closing it out in Rimouski, bringing the championship back, and in white. So now 3 championships, 3 white jerseys. Again, thanks to you, Peter, for this. But yeah, I couldn't just pick one. I had to pick them all. So your Wildcat of the Week is the Moncton Wildcats, your 2025 COURTEAU Trophy champions. That'll do it for this week. So here's a lay of the land on how this is going to work starting Sunday. We're going to have daily Wildcast shows on our YouTube, about a half hour getting you set for all the games, including Moncton's. There will be no full podcast next week, as well we're on every day, and Jeremy deserves some sort of a break. Hopefully he's not doing it from the hospital.
It's very possible.
But also, hopefully he is doing it from the hospital, because then it's not the weekend after. But again, we're gonna have a pre-show every day of the Memorial Cup. We've got the play-by-play voice of the Medicine Hat Tigers. We've got Brandon Caputo joining us. Steve McLean, who does All 60 podcast, joining us right now. We're gonna have all kinds of content. So go to our YouTube, stick to our social medias. That's where you're gonna find everything. And then after the Memorial Cup is done, we will have our season finale and get you ready for the draft.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
a
we're
week
gonna have
later.
we're gonna have a 2-month off season.
Yeah. Like a full 2-month off season from like the end. Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. I would assume that the Wildcats are going to have watch parties for the Memorial Cup at all the sports.
Hey, City of Moncton.
Yeah.
Listen up here. I got a message for you. There is an oval that you can do watch parties at. You put a big screen and people go and watch there. It's not too difficult.
No, massive miss. And everyone was wondering why the Wildcats weren't doing it, while ASM wasn't doing it.
It's not them.
It's not them. It's the city. And the fact that the city, grow up, figure it out. Let's have a nice watch party at the Oval.
Yeah, I wanted to have a watch party at the hospital, but stupid Eric Murray had to have his baby. Just kidding. Congratulations. I love you, but
yeah. Congratulations to Eric and Rebecca again.
Yeah, and obviously good luck to Rosemary Lynns at their new location.
Yep.
Everybody loves a good comeback story.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Wildcast podcast. Follow us on social media at Moncton Wildcast.